Mpho, yesterday, yet another major development that's likely to really move the tectonic plate, so to speak. What are the big stories for the day ahead?
We're looking just at that first, right? The president's announcement yesterday that as of the 1st of June, people can now return to church. But what the emphasis that he made is that churches must at all times keep people safe, sanitize and all of that. So whatever ritual churches are performing, they would need to be safe about it. So Linda today is going out to speak to church leaders about, you know, the engagement that they had with government prior to this announcement and how they will ensure that their congregants are safe and, you know, practice safe seating arrangements and all of that, keeping the numbers at 50 and that. But he's also having a conversation with Pastor Mboro, who we know that, you know, he has a large following in his church, and perhaps to say what will he do as a pastor in advising his church community and the people in and around his area to stay safe.
Yeah, I mean, you and I were part of a very lively debate in the newsroom just before we went on air about how exactly this is likely to unfold, if in fact it does. There are so many things to consider. One of them being, how do you turn people away at the front of the church when they arrive, especially long-standing noble members, so to speak? It's
going to be very interesting on how church management and the community at large is going to keep that, because I would imagine after 3 months of not going to church, everybody would like to see themselves inside the church. I, however, will continue doing it online if those services will remain possible for us.
Absolutely. All things we're going to be keeping a close eye on. What else do we have coming up?
In Cape Town, we have a parliamentary sitting for the first time as well. And this time, it's going to be an interesting one in that not everybody obviously will be allowed in Parliament, so other members of Parliament will follow it virtually, and there will be those inside Parliament. What we want to know also from them is just about how going forward this process will unfold, and also get some comment from MPs about church opening and other things going into level 3, and how they as well are going to help government in ensuring that everybody follows the rules and we keep safe as well. So that's what we're doing in Cape Town this morning. And then, of course, we follow the National Command Council. You and I stood here and spoke about it yesterday. It didn't happen yesterday. The expectation is that it will definitely happen today. So we want to hear how those regulations are broken down, how safety precautions are going to be enforced as well. So that's Zianda. But also, we go back to the mines in the Northwest. The Northwest and the West Rand have been on our diary for a while in terms of mines and how mines are conducting themselves. We've seen that a couple of mines have had incidents of COVID-19. So in the Northwest, Zinhle will follow the MEC for Health there, who is monitoring mines and seeing how they are complying, and the communities in and around the mines as well. But SIPA will also go to the West Rand. She was in Merafong earlier this week, where David Makura, the Premier of Gauteng, as well as the Health MEC, Bandile Masuku, are going back to that mine where about 195, 94 people tested positive. So we're going there and we're looking at how the community is again readying for level 3, as well as what advice the MEC and the Premier will give those people and what kind of support they will get as well.
One wonders really whether this is just a reactionary response to what experts had long warned about, especially considering the conditions in which mine workers work. But thanks very much for your time, certainly appreciated indeed. Mpho Raphata is our assignment editor here on Newzroom Afrika with her finger on the pulse on the big stories for the day ahead.